Petros KOUFOPOULOS says the coronavirus has been good for his business, especially in the run-up to Easter.
People are stocking up on food because they're afraid of shortages, but they're also sitting at home watching cooking shows and experimenting with new recipes.
KOUFOPOULOS is one of the businesses considered essential by the government that didn't have to close due to coronavirus. Customers have to keep their distance, 1 per 15 square meters. But for other firms, it's a different story.
The lockdown measures were announced on Friday night. I was about to pay my rent on Saturday morning and called my landlord to say, I'm not going to pay you this month. And a good thing too, because I've been living off that rent for the past month.
Greece is spending $15 billion supporting affected businesses and workers until June. Its lockdown began early. Carnival celebrations were cancelled in February. Schools were closed on March 10th, a week before France and Germany and 10 days before the UK. People who don't live on the islands aren't allowed to sail there, so ferries are travelling light, mainly to keep trade alive. All this has led to Greece having a fatality rate of 9 per million, much lower than the death rates in most European countries. Sources close to the Prime Minister say the government knew the national health system couldn't cope with a major outbreak. Early measures would create a recession, but so would a health crisis. So the government opted to trigger an early recession, calculating that this would save lives and give it a stronger economic recovery. But some say there was another goal, stemming from Greece's decade-long economic crisis.
Greece was hit by 2 separate crises, the refugee crisis and the virus crisis, and what we wanted to show is that we have a competent government that can respond efficiently to these unexpected events, and if we do so, we believe that people will turn around and say, you know what, Greece is a serious country, and maybe we will get over this image that people had from the experiences that they had the previous decade. We hope that this in itself will be able to attract investment in the future.
The International Monetary Fund predicts a 10% recession for Greece this year, followed by 5% growth next year. If that assessment is correct, coronavirus could mark a turning point, giving Greece the economic recovery many here want after a decade of economic crisis. Psaropoulos, Al Jazeera, Athens.